What if your favorite team didn't just live on your TV, but at your home? Well, today I'm turning plain plywood into a Seahawks-inspired epoxy flake floor for my shed step by step. And stay tuned to see my huge mistake and how to avoid it. So I don't have a garage, but I needed some extra storage space, so I built a small wooden base for a metal shed that I'm going to put together, and it's nothing fancy, just pressure treated 2x4s and plywood. But I wanted it to last for years without having to worry about rot or the floor breaking down over time, as many old shed floors do. And I've already flaked my back patio, and it turned out great, so I thought might as well flake the shed floor as well.
Check these flakes out. So if you like football or have a favorite sports team, we have flakes that match the colors. So look at this. So here's one of our team colors. I believe this one's called Blitz. So remind you of someone? A certain team, maybe?
So when you're applying epoxy over wood, the first thing you want to do is make sure the surface is as smooth as possible. So we started by applying the Floor Patch Pro over the seams, screw holes, and the low spots, letting it fully harden, then grinding everything smooth. And you definitely want to stick around because I made a $500 mistake later in the process, and I'll show you how easily I could have avoided it. Quick question for you. Who's your favorite sports team? And if you're watching the NFL playoffs right now, which team do you think is going to make it all the way to the Super Bowl? So once the floor patch was ground smooth, we moved on to sealing the wood. We started with a thin coat of our Moisture Seal Pro. We coated the top and the sides, making sure everything was coated evenly. From there we went straight into broadcasting the flakes, full coverage until the epoxy completely disappeared underneath. And then after that, we're letting it cure overnight. I came back the next day, scraped off all the excess flakes because I could save all these flakes for the next job, and then got ready for the top coat. For the top coat, we poured it out in ribbons, pulled it tight with a metal scraper, then back rolled everything smooth. At this point, it looked incredible. My little project was starting to come together, and I was really excited. But this is where I ran into some trouble, and it's something you definitely want to pay attention to if you're going to do a project that's similar.
Okay, y'all, it is the next day, and as you can see, not the best of weather conditions, and it bit me in the butt while the top coat was curing. I don't know if you can see all that white. Well, it kind of foamed up, and that happened because I didn't time it right. You can't have moisture with the top coat. It doesn't work like that. And it hit the dew point as it was curing, unfortunately. So what that means is I'm gonna have to recoat. But this is what happens when you allow moisture to get into your top coat. So if you're doing an outside job like this, you got to time it right. I didn't. I used our DIY polyaspartic top coat, which nothing wrong with that, but it's just the cure time takes longer, right? So by the time it was actually hardening, it was nighttime, it got wet, and that's the result. So pro tip for you guys out there doing flooring, keep all moisture out of your project area. So we got to re-ride, but that is okay. I'm going to use the Polyaspartic Pro instead, give ourselves a quicker set time, and see if we can do this when the sun comes out. All right, let's see you at the next step.
So this wasn't a humidity issue, and it wasn't because the temp dropped below 55. It was just bad weather timing, honestly. Looking back, I should have gone with the Pro version from the start. Mitch even mentioned it might be a risk overnight, and while I checked the forecast, I didn't factor in the dew point, and that was the one detail that cost me the $500. And at this stage, there's really no saving it. You can't sand down into the craters between the flakes where the foam is. So this is one of those rare situations where a full redo is the right move. And honestly, I'm glad this happened so I can show you guys and you can at least learn from my mistake. So here we go again. Once everything was sanded down with 60 grit and we cleaned it up with isopropyl alcohol, we went right back into the first step and sealing it again with Moisture Seal Pro. Broadcast the flakes again, same process, same coverage. And since we were already flaking everything, we decided to coat the concrete blocks underneath too, because why not? And honestly, this turned out to be a cool idea on its own. So if you've ever thought about upgrading walkways, borders, or even decorative stone around your property, this was a really creative and easy way to do it. And for the top coat this time, again, I switched to the Polyaspartic Pro, and it applies the same exact way. Pour it out in ribbons, pull it tight with a metal scraper, then back roll and cross hatch everything thin and even. Thin to win is the goal here. You'll notice how sticky it's sounding right now while it's rolling. That's the Pro version for you. It was starting to set up, and that's still totally fine to continue to roll at the stage as long as you do a complete pass. Also, make sure if you're walking on your epoxy floor during install, you're obviously wearing your spiked shoes. In this case, we didn't need any. So now all that's left is to cross my fingers and hope it turns out this time.
Okay, it is exactly 6 hours later, and I'm going to check on the floor because I need to. Moment of truth. Okay. It looks good. Oh, yep. Let's go. Let's go. Go Hawks. Woo. All right, we're good, everyone. This baby dried in time. It may not look it, but it's 80 degrees. And we're a little tacky, so it's still curing. But hey, look at this. It didn't foam up this time, so this is perfect. So great news. We're probably gonna let this just rest for a couple days and then get to the reason why we built this, so I can put this shed together. Don't mind the mess, you know, just an average day American back here. But hey, look at this. Got this baby from Home Depot and give myself some storage. So that's the next step. But good news. Floor is good. Let's go.
All right, we're in the clear, and after letting the floor cure for a couple days, the surface is now double rock solid, and now I don't have to worry about damaging the floor as I move things in and out of the shed or worrying about the rot. And honestly, I love how this came out. I've always wanted to deck out a space somehow with Seattle colors, and this was the perfect little place to do it. I'm thinking in the near future I might take the rest of the flakes that I have left over and create like a workbench or something as well. So the instructions for the shed weren't the best in the world, but me and Mitch figured it out. It was a little cheap, to be honest, but hey, it's better than using my office as a storage room. But yeah, nothing fancy here, just a quick time lapse of us putting it together. Seeing the shed sitting on that finished surface really brings the whole project together. I'm really happy with how this came out. And I'm even more excited with how that game turned out last night against the Niners. We absolutely crushed it, and I'm so excited for the NFC Championship game. Let's go Hawks! Oh, and by the way, we've got over 100 flake blends to choose from. They're not just team colors, but beautiful custom blends that can literally match or enhance any space. So whether it's a shed, a garage, a gym, a shop, or even just a hangout space, this is definitely an affordable DIY way to upgrade nearly anything. Thanks again for sticking around. If you found this video helpful or cool, don't forget to subscribe, and you got this. We'll see you on the next video.